What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pulsemetrics channel. Today we have a treat for you guys. Today we're going to be tier ranking the past 9 Wrestlemanias. Like, we'll go from 30 to 39. Obviously, we'll talk about WrestleMania 40 a little later. But for now, we're just going to be ranking the tier-wise. We're going to be ranking WrestleManias that I have seen in my lifetime. I can't rank WrestleManias off of what I haven't seen. So let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. Starting with WrestleMania 30. You know what? We're going to put this in the C tier. The reason for that is, it was a great event. Don't get me wrong. I like that Daniel Bryan beat Triple H and Randy Orton. I love the Legends promo at the start. I like that John Cena was able to defeat Bray Wyatt. Although the Undertaker's streak being conquered, I hated that so much. It just ruined the entire thing for me, in my opinion. I don't know. It was just like I didn't like it at all. Undertaker was by far one of my favorite wrestlers at the time, and then to see him lose like that at such a young age, it just crushed me. Moving on now to WrestleMania 31. Where to put this one? I'm gonna put it ahead of WrestleMania 30 for sure. I like the matches. I like the entire card. It had a bunch of great WrestleMania moments, mainly by Orton and Seth. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the A tier. It was a very solid WrestleMania. Obviously, the Super RKO from the Stomp, that was insane. Obviously, Seth had like the single greatest cash-in I have ever seen. Overall, I was still young. I didn't really pay attention, but I watched it back a few times. Honestly, it was it was a great WrestleMania, definitely. There's nothing else to say. Overall, but that WrestleMania. I was at the time I wasn't really sick of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, but to have to think like how many times they would face off after then just takes all the fun out of that main event. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Next up, WrestleMania 32. I don't not sure where this was. I think it was in. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm probably gonna say the wrong answer, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the B tier. WrestleMania 32. It was cool, I guess. B's like for me the B's like in the middle of the pack, but it was cool. I like the main event, Roman Reigns obviously beating Triple H, but the women's triple threat match, Charlotte Flair, winning the first ever women's world title. I liked it, but besides that, there really wasn't much going on. It was just okay. So that for those reasons, it's in the B tier. Next up, WrestleMania 33. Also, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the B tier as well. I'm gonna put it just slightly ahead of WrestleMania 32. Only because of the cool main event. The main event was absolutely insane with another Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. Obviously, The Undertaker lost again. You see Brock Lesnar won the Universal title from Goldberg. I don't know why they gave Goldberg another Universal title after that. Going into WrestleMania 36. Like, haven't they learned their lesson before? Goldberg is a terrible champion. He doesn't show up. He's by far the most overrated wrestler I have ever seen. Goldberg is just, I don't know. Goldberg, so yeah, definitely, beating Goldberg was definitely the right call. You had like a bunch of other matches, but overall, B tier, like it was okay, I guess. WrestleMania 33, definitely not the best WrestleMania, but it's still the B tier, like in the middle of the pack. Next up, we have WrestleMania 34. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the A tier, but below below WrestleMania 31. Again, another one that was cool. Like, kind of sick of seeing Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at this point. But overall, it was really solid. Obviously, The Undertaker beat John Cena in, like, I don't know. I don't want to know, like, 5 minutes. You had, like, a bunch of title switches to both of the Royal Rumble winners, Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura, lost their title matches, which honestly really shocked me. I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen before. Well, yeah, I've seen it recently with Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar, which really didn't really deserve to win the Royal Rumble, if I'm being completely honest. But overall, WrestleMania 34, great pay-per-view, honestly, great main event. I liked it. I mean, you can be sick of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns all you want, but that main event was by far their best match, and there's no doubt about that. Next up, WrestleMania 35. Nah, I don't really know what to think of this one. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and put this slightly ahead of WrestleMania 30, but lower than all these other ones. Because, like, it was just dull. You know, the main event, like, they had a women's main event. I mean, it was cool, I guess, but, you know, I much rather would have had, like, you know, Kofi Mania beating Daniel Bryan. Like, that was insane. You know, but just overall, the match card was kind of dull, if I'm being honest. You know, it didn't really have much. Brock Lesnar beating Seth, like, I'm not sure if that was the right move. I mean, he had just got the title back, like, it was cool. And out of all the things, like, Baron frickin' Corbin beat Kurt Angle in his retirement match. Like, are you insane? That's by far one of the worst booking match-wise I have ever seen. So, yeah, for those reasons, WrestleMania is in the C tier. And like, it was just dull. There wasn't really anything special about it. Next up, WrestleMania 36. Okay, sure, I'll put it in the B tier. I don't know. Yeah. Below those guys, there was no crowd. It wasn't fun. Like, there was no crowd at all. I mean, I loved to see Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar. I mean, that was cool. I mean, I dig that. Like, both night WrestleManias, AJ Styles and Undertaker, the Boneyard match, and then you had Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar. I mean, those main events were cool, I'll admit. But the entire card was just like a bunch of singles matches. Like, it was just ridiculous. Obviously, like, you had Charlotte Flair picking the NXT Women's Champion. Like, if I had known what Rhea Ripley would do, like, later on in her career, then I would have been happier with it. But, you know, like, picking the NXT Women's Championship, that was, you know, that was just not smart. Not smart booking at all. And then you had The Fiend facing John Cena. Like, John Cena just lost his, like, 40th match in a row. Like, I don't get the point. So yeah, for those reasons, WrestleMania 36 is definitely in the B tier. And on top of it all, Roman Reigns didn't even have a match. You know, he was injured. Yeah, I don't get it. Next up, WrestleMania 37. This one goes in the A tier. Great pay-per-view event. I enjoyed every second of it, including the main event. For once, my sister actually wanted to watch wrestling, which was kind of insane. But overall, it was so entertaining, start to finish. You had multiple title changes. You had Bianca Belair beating Sasha Banks. You had Rhea Ripley beating Asuka. You had Sheamus beating Matt Riddle. You had Apollo Crews beating what's his name? Big E. You had Omos and AJ Styles beating the New Day. Not a little bit of a questionable call there, but overall, it was a great WrestleMania. Besides the the two world titles not being switched, overall, I think every single belt there was switched. And NXT Stand and Delivery had a bunch of title changes there too. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I don't know if they thought it was just time for a change, of champions, I don't know. But overall, great WrestleMania, great card. I love the storytelling of a lot. The only thing I would have changed was Big E losing to Apollo Crews, and that's it. But besides that, it was so entertaining, and for those reasons, it's in the A tier. Next up, WrestleMania 38. Oof, where do I put this? I'll put it ahead of. I'm gonna go ahead and put it ahead of all of these. All of these. This one goes here. Yeah, I'm gonna put it ahead of these three right here. Cause it was cool. They said it was the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania of all time. To me, no. It was okay. You were just sick of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. As I mentioned earlier, you were just sick of it. And out of all people they could have had to win the Royal Rumble and go on to face Roman, it had to be Brock Lesnar. He didn't need to win it. No. He didn't. He had no business going in and winning it at all. Brock was like, I don't know. It could have had Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was one of my favorites. I was so pissed when they didn't have him win. Overall, the card, the booking, it was all just pretty lousy. But the matches, they sure did deliver. At least the matches delivered. But, the card itself, the booking, the writing, it was just okay. It was pretty lousy. So for that reason, I think it's in the B tier. And finally, we have WrestleMania 39. I've been waiting to talk about this. S tier all day, every day. Probably my favorite WrestleMania of all time. Out of these, definitely. It's my favorite WrestleMania of all time. Just the booking, the matches, everything about it. My favorite match of the entire thing was probably the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. I was at my cousin's house while I was watching it. But WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania 39. By far the best WrestleMania. Like Triple H said, it broke records. It did all of this stuff. It was just ridiculous. It was insane. The match cards, both nights, the booking, the matches itself, every single thing here delivered. And yeah, the only match that I feel like I didn't really care about at all was the women's showcase match. But besides that, I cared about every match. Every match drew me in. Every match made me want. Every match delivered. Every match made me want to watch. That's what WrestleMania has to do. So yeah, definitely for those reasons, WrestleMania's in the S tier. No question about it. And then, like a day or two before WrestleMania, I will post a predictions video for WrestleMania 40. I will, and then after WrestleMania 40, I'll do my reaction video. You guys know the drill. But overall, that's going to wrap it up for today. Please let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. Slap that like button and slap that subscribe button. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.